It's Oa and welcome back to my channel for another bullet journal video, and today I am going to be sharing my 2023 bullet journal setup. And for this new journal, I am going to be sharing 13 yearly spreads with a black and white theme and a moon phases theme. So I hope you enjoy and that you can get some inspiration from this video. For my supplies, I will be using mostly black fine liners, my Tombow dual brush markers, the black one, and some black and white paint. But it is a pretty much minimal supply setup. I really wanted to challenge myself and try new things. I have previously done watercolor in my journal, but I wanted to try just working with regular paint, and my journal is from Seques, which was on Amazon. I will link it below, as well as all of my other supplies in the description box, so if you are interested in any of what I'm using, you can find them there. And before we go any further in this video, let me tell you about my planner shop, OS Planner Shop. I have my new 2023 digital planner / bullet journal up on there, and it is not too late to get it with a discount. I am running a pre-Christmas sale for the entire week before Christmas. I will leave all of the information in the description box down below and on the screen for you guys. So if you want a planner for 2023 that is for the full year, you know where you can get it. I have everything from yearly trackers, monthly spreads, weekly spread, and I have two options. I have a colored version, which is pastel rainbow colored, which is 248 pages with a different color for each month. So you get 12 different colors. Everything is undated and as minimal as possible while still being colorful and fun to use. I tried to include a little bit of everything so everyone can find what they're looking for and something to help them. And I also have a minimal black and white version. If you don't want any color or you want to color it yourself, then you can also check that one out. So I hope you all have a wonderful 2023, and let's get on with the video. As I said earlier, I am trying new things this year, as it is my 4th year bullet journaling. I really wanted to get out of my comfort zone while still having something that is quite simple and easy to make. If you guys watching are new to bullet journaling, which if you are, I'm so excited to help you in your bullet journaling journey, as bullet journaling helped me through all of these years, and I am continuing to use it this year. And I hope that you can find some inspiration from this video to help you make the best out of your bullet journaling experience. Right now I am working on my cover page and / quote page for the start of the year, which is something I have never done before. I have done a cover page, but I've never done a 2-page start of the year journal spread. So for this one, I decided to do a black border using the paint. You can see that I'm struggling a little bit, and that is because I have one paralyzed arm, which means that I have to do all of this one-handed. So I had a little bit of a struggle with the paint, just trying to work it out without being able to hold the paper down, but I ended up still making it, and then I switched to a smaller brush to make my life easier. But I had a lot of fun making this cover page because it was so therapeutic to just take the time to paint. I feel like the last few months I have been a little bit burnt out with bullet journaling because I just have been trying to make it look perfect and just to want to make it more aesthetic without making it fun for me to make. So I wanted to go back to painting. For anyone who doesn't know this, I was an art major in high school, and painting is something that I enjoy doing and that I love so much, but bullet journaling was always a harder way for me to express myself in painting in my bullet journal, because it takes so much longer and I'm always scared that I'm gonna mess up. But I decided this year that I don't care anymore if I mess up or if I am not 100% happy with the results. All that matters is having fun actually making this. As you can see here, I am going through all around the border and adding some stars. That was a difficult process because I did not have the right brushes to do so, but it's okay, it still looks good in the end. I think it looks even better on camera, but here you can see that I'm making a circle in the middle of the left page. That will be for it's a moon, and I will have my 2023 cover on that side. But first, while that paint was drying, I decided to go for the quote on the no, that was the left page. I'm so sorry. This is all over the place. This is the left page. And I'm making the quote page. I have a hand that is open. I used to not be able to draw hands, and I took a reference photo and I was able to make this one. And I'm so happy with how it turned out. It is just a simple line art, nothing special, no shading or anything. And then on top of it, I added the moon, a circle of the moon phases. And inside of it, I have the quote for the year, which is going to be kind of a reminder and a focus for this year. I think this is the best way to put it. And my quote is, "Like the moon, let each phase teach you the beauty of change." I am someone that doesn't deal very well with change, but I want to try new things and accept changes this year, so this is going to be my reminder, as I will most likely see it every day. And also a quick reminder that if you want to go and follow me on TikTok, I post daily on there and I film when I am using my bullet journal. So if you are interested in seeing how I am using my spreads, I would highly suggest you go follow me on there. This page by adding 2023 in white page in the moon that I did in black. I really love the effect, but I wish I had a better brush to do this because it was quite hard to do, but that's okay. I just added some stars around, and I'm not sure if I actually recorded that or if I added it later on, but I added some black stars from one corner up in the center all the way through to the bottom right corner, just like you can see in these little end clips, which I don't think I showed on camera, so you can see them here. And now we can move on to my next page, which is the key page. So I am just showing you here. I added some tape to the page underneath the right page on this double spread, That will be for later because I did some more painting and I actually thought that it would make my life easier, so I just wanted to explain that really quickly. But now I am making the key. I have those 4 moons in each corner, and then I just made a box in between each. The box can be as big or as small as you need for how many symbols you want in your key. If you're new to bullet journaling, a key is the place that you can input your symbols, which will help you get organized throughout the year, and you can flip back to this page if you forgot something. For me, at my 4th year, I don't really need it, but at the same time, I always love how it looks, so I always include it. Some of my symbols, which you will see here in a second, I have a box, just a regular box for task, and then if it is started, I cross it out only halfway, and then I have a full cross if it's finished, an arrow for moved, crossed if it's cancelled, a crystal I don't know how it's called, for appointments, and the one I forgot is a circle for events and a clock for deadlines. Those are just really simple symbols, but they are really effective to help me plan my day-to-day life. Moving on to this next spread, which is my goals page for the entire year. And this year I decided to divide it by month instead of dividing it by sections or category, because I really want to focus on smaller goals and actually putting in steps to work towards my bigger goals for the year. I will do a whole video talking about my goals for 2023 and all of that right at the beginning of the year. So if you are interested in that, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on the post notification bell so you get notified when that one comes out. But what I did here is just sketched out first in pencil the box that I would need to have the 12 squares for the 12th month of the year, and then around that I did the border in paint. This is real life, not sped up, this little clip. I just wanted to share like how it's actually in real life, just for anyone who thinks it doesn't take very long to watch that video. Just to put it in perspective, all cut down my clips were 2 hours long, so I had to speed this up quite a lot to fit everything in. But once the border was done, I just drew out this box with all 12 months. I have 4 months across and 3 different on top of each other, and I just have goals written in white paint at the top, just keeping it simple. And I just have a 1 thick header for each month. I kept it as simple as I could, and I put it at the front for once because I usually have it later on after my trackers, but I usually don't flip to my goals page, and I realized how little I actually use it and see it. So to try and remedy to that, this year I put it up at the front because I know that I will flip back to the front, and I feel like I am more likely to use it if I can see it more regularly. So I will definitely keep you updated if it actually worked. But I'm really excited to try this new way of setting goals. The next section of this plan with me will be all about my yearly trackers. First, I am peeling the tape. I thought it would be satisfying to see the peeling of the tape. But what I decided to do to save some time, my yearly trackers are all year in pixels, which you will see in a second what it is. But because I have 7, I only did the first 2 fully on camera so I can explain the process, and then the other ones I pre-did part of it and only left the titles to do so I can still share them. So hopefully you will still be able to see and understand all of that. But what you can see me do here is creating a grid, which is 12 squares wide for the 12th month and 31 days tall for all 31 days of the month. I blacked out the days that aren't in those months just so I don't color them and don't make a mistake later on when I'm using it. I'm just adding the numbers of the days on the left side and the first 3 letters of the month at the top. And this is the basics of a year in pixel. What I did as a bonus is add a 1 wide section at the bottom for the monthly averages, and you will see in a second when I'm adding that title at the end. But this is used to track something for the whole year, and this one is for the year in pixel, which is a pretty standard tracker to have. You can either track your mood with it and you just color in a pixel or corresponding to the day each box for the whole year with the, for example, if you were happy the 1st of January, then you put that color in, or if you were sad the 2nd, then you can add sad. Personally, I do a star rating, so I rate my day out of 5 every single day of the month, and that just helps me to see where I'm at and how the year has been, and that's just how I like it. And then next to it, I am doing the exact same process of doing the grid. You can also see that I'm obviously doing this freehanded, but I did the sketch beforehand to make it a little bit easier to have straight lines. You could obviously use a ruler. I personally can't with one hand, but if you like straight lines, I would definitely recommend a ruler. I'm doing all of the same steps, and this one is an anxiety in pixel, which is for me really important. I have extreme anxiety and I am working on it and trying to find ways to help it. So for example, if one month I decide to do a certain exercise to try and calm my anxiety, I can look back and see whether or not it worked and just try to find what works best for me to help with my anxiety. Next, we are doing an energy tracker, and this is what I was talking about before. I did all of the grids and adding the monthly average titles and all of the preset that is exactly the same for each beforehand, because this video would be like so long if I had to redo the whole process for all of them. So I thought I would do all of that off camera, so I just had a little bit more time to talk about the pages and for that video to be a little less long. So an energy tracker is pretty self-explanatory. You just add every single day the level of or amount of energy that you had. It can help if you are trying to find the best sleep for you, what works best, or just in general trying to find balance for your energy. I personally use it for health reasons. I live with multiple chronic illnesses, and I'm trying to find the right balance to see with my symptoms and stuff what works best for me to thrive. But I think this is a really good spread just to have in general. Moving on to a water tracker, which is new for me. I'm trying this one for the first time, so it is pretty self-explanatory. I am just going to track my water all year long. I am not sure yet if I want to do by increments or really more like 1 cup, 1 color, 2 cups, 1 color, etc. I'm not sure yet, but I decided to do a yearly tracker, so I had one less thing to add every single month. I don't know if it's gonna work. I'm gonna try January and then I'm gonna see if I want to have my monthly water tracker back or not. But I feel like this is gonna make my life a lot easier to not have to make one water tracker every single month, but I will definitely keep you updated if it's a good solution for me or not. And now we are moving on to my fatigue tracker. I should have put that one next to the energy tracker, to be fair, but I didn't. This one is also for my symptoms tracker kind of thing. I have really bad fatigue as one of my symptoms. Pretty much every single one of my illnesses has fatigue as a symptom, so I'm pretty much constantly exhausted no matter what, and I get asked a lot by doctors and stuff to explain that, so I wanted to have a dedicated pages just for that. These last 2 trackers are going to work together. This one is a migraine tracker and the next one is a headache tracker because I get both. And for the migraine tracker, I'm gonna have a rating from 1 to 10 to be able to have the data for doctors, because my neurologist wants me to track very well my migraines, and it's gonna be easier for me if I can just have it on one page and not have a tracker for each month. And I'm someone that needs the paper form to be able to use it correctly and remember to do it. And then the headache tracker is something that I was requested to do at my last neurologist visit. I am suspected to have intracranial hypertension, which causes headaches, and my neurologist told me that I need to add a headache tracker because that's the one thing I didn't have. I just told him, like, I've been having those headaches, but I don't have any proof of when I had them, so that's why I added those. And I am talking too much because we are already onto the next page, which is an average of the month page. This tracker is basically just taking all of your other trackers, calculating the monthly averages and putting them all on one page, so it's easier to reference back and see everything in one place. I have been using this in 2022 for the first time, and I've been really enjoying it, and I haven't decided which trackers I'm gonna use yet. This year I had anxiety in Pixel, year in Pixel, water tracker, sleep tracker, and pages read as my averages that I was using. I will see what I use it for this year, but I feel like it's a good way to see for the whole year how sleep has been affected, how some trackers affect the others. I just really like stats and seeing how I'm doing, especially for my water goals. I try to drink as much water as possible so I can see my progress. And I am still talking too much because we are already onto the last spread of this flip through. I technically skipped a page, which was my calendar, but I set it up the same way every year. So if you want to see that one, I have it on my second mid-year journal setup. I will link it down below or in the cards. This is just a theme of the month page, so I have a square for each month and I will add the theme that I chose for that month. It always looks super cool at the end of the year. I might pop up a picture of what it looks like filled in for the one I had this year, But this is pretty much it for this video. This is the final flip through. You will be able to see the calendar that I skipped over in just a second. But I hope you enjoyed this video and that it was helpful, that I was able to give you some inspiration and some ideas for this year with some pages that you might have not seen yet. And that's pretty much it for this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, turn on the post notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!